Great. Thank you so much, AIM and team, for bringing me here. I'm Amit Koshal. I'm the founder and CEO of TWID. TWID is a short form. That's what I do. A lot of interesting session on AI, and we are going to talk something more fun, which is on rewards, and how we are taking rewards to all the next level and making people consume it on their everyday purchases. A quick background on the team. There are 3-4 co-founders of this company. It's me, Rishi, and Amit Sharma. We collectively have over 60 years of work worked with large corporate at senior leadership roles, and then decided to start on our own. Backed by almost great people out there, we have got all the best talents from the top companies at lateral hirings, and we are building this, Bangalore headquartered. Now, coming back to what we are building. See, what we realized is that people have got a lot of rewards, but nobody knew what to do with it. I'm sure you will be the culprit of all of those, points from brands, banks, but literally no way of you to use those points. And this is the problem statement we came across, and we thought, if we guys can build it like a network, then these points can be more fungible in nature and can be more ubiquitous in nature. So now, literally at all the merchants that you typically go on, and you can actually apply your points and pay the remaining balance through any traditional mode and checkout. So the points are completely now fungible, and you can actually use them at the favorite merchants that you go on. The network has grown phenomenally large today. We are almost 4 years old in the company, already processing almost $2.2 billion in reward points, around 18 million transactions and 100,000 plus merchants. Backed by all the best names out in the market, we are funded by Google, Rakuten, Sequoia, which is now Peak 15, and BNext. Let's go to why this whole loyalty is becoming more and more prominent. And loyalty is nothing new, as we might already know that. Long ago, when our parents used to go in the markets and they used to buy vegetables, we always used to get dhania and mirchi along with it as free. And that was loyalty for our parents. Similarly, if you look at airlines, that's how the loyalty literally kicked it in the world. And it's not with the economy class passengers. It was always with the business class folks. The ticket was paid by the corporates. You were taking the points, and you were actually taking a vacation with your families. Right? That's how the loyalty started in the country. And now every cards, every place that you go to, you typically look at what kind of points that you get and how beautifully you can use them to get freebies out in the market. Now, there are 3 things that loyalty literally bring in, which is listed out here. It is not to acquire consumer, which is a very big myth with a lot of players, is that loyalty will help me gain a lot of new consumers. That's not the fact. Loyalty is literally, if you have consumers, make sure that they are engaged and they are coming back to you repeatedly, and they become your brand ambassadors. So they are talking about you right with others, that this is the best brand, you should go and shop, these are the benefits, etc., etc. And for the consumers, this becomes completely personalized, because you are trying to make sure that whatever you are gaining is completely personalized and it's not run-the-mill. Literally, it is driving you more benefits out in the market, right? So that's how loyalty typically is construed. Now, what TWID is doing and how TWID is actually revolutionizing this is a quick video on
a rewards points network redefines loyalty points by making them more valuable and accessible. Customers can use their existing rewards for instant discounts and accelerated earnings to save daily and earn even more rewards. Help your customers get the most from your banking reward program by saving with every transaction. When they add products to the cart on Myntra and go to the pre-checkout page, they'll find the Pay with Rewards section below the coupon section. Here, the best available rewards are automatically applied, whether from banking or non-banking programs. They can also view all their rewards and see the savings they offer. Once the rewards are selected, an instant discount is applied to the bill, in addition to existing offers and coupons. If a banking reward point is used, the payment methods update automatically to the saved card from the bank. If the card isn't saved, you can add and save it. In both cases, the remaining payment of the bill value post reward points can only be processed through the same card with BIN locking. This helps our banking partners get the benefit of incremental spends only on their cards when their reward points are used. Partner with Twit to offer your customers a seamless rewards experience and top of the mind recall of your card to be used on the merchant checkouts, enhancing satisfaction and loyalty.
So this is the video of Myntra. We are live with Myntra as well. So you can literally use your points right at the checkouts of Myntra. There's a sale going on, so you can apply your points and get discounts. See, the way we actually envision this whole stuff is that if we are able to build this business like a network, then there's a lot of data that flies into the ecosystem. And data being the fuel of everything, you will be able to consume it in a better fashion by all the parties involved. Now look at consumers. Now what we solve for a consumer is that all your points, which you are literally not aware of, you are able to get all them at one place, right at the checkouts of your place. That is one of the primary reasons Twid never actually launched its own app. We are right on the checkouts of the favorite apps that you particularly use on your phone, be it Make My Trip, GeoMarts, Myntra, Exigos, etc., etc. So when you are actually going to the checkout option using your mobile number as a unique identifier, we fetch all your balances and you show you at the right at the checkout options that here are all your rewards, which you can apply and make the remaining payments. So for a consumer, it becomes a super delight that I was not even aware that I've got so many points and now I'm able to use it. Typically from a merchant as well, the merchant always, now these merchants are typically where you go and make a transactions. And there are few benefits that they always were looking at, that can I be, if 100 people are coming to my platform and 60 people are making payments, how can I drive more adoption to my services? So how can 65 people make transactions on my platform? The more people make purchases, the more sales happens, the more revenue that comes to them. Not only that, when the rewards has automatically come and surfaced on the platforms, when I'm buying 5 t-shirts and I automatically see that I have got some additional rewards, I prefer to add one more product to my cart because I know I'm getting it in the same price and I don't have to pay more. So what we have done in the market is that this is typically increasing the average order value of every merchant, and they are generating more spends onto their network. Similarly, on the issuer sides, these issuers, what we call it is our banking and non-banking, which is actually giving you points and you have access to points from them. We are building a loyal base of them. So what happens is that if I have a points, literally all my points, which generally goes into expiry mode, we help them with making sure that the consumer's points are never expiring and people are able to consume their points right at all the payments that they are making, which helps the issuer bring back the customer back to life and make them make more transaction with them. So these are typically what we have built it like a network, wherein merchants, consumers, and banking partners are coming all together and they're benefiting out of that. And we have made it like completely at the checkouts for the merchants. On the left-hand side, you see the ecosystem that we have created. These are all the merchants, some of them, which we are already live with. They process almost 2.5 billion transactions a month. We have over 11 million daily actives who are using Pay with Rewards today. I'm not sure how many of you would have used it. We are known as Pay with Rewards and not as Twid on all the merchants. And on the right-hand side, these are all the issuers. These are banking partners through which your points, if you are part of any of those, comes as a mode of payments at the checkouts and you can do it. In order to facilitate this as a network, just like Visa and a MasterCard has also done, what we did is we integrated ourselves into all the payment gateways out in the market because these payment gateways are already integrated in the merchants. So typically, Twid is live with all the merchants, which these aggregators are. So PayU, JustPays, and GoQuicks, etc. We are already integrated into their tech stacks. Now, this is actually fueling a lot of data, right? Now, when this data is getting fueled, the very first thing that comes to mind is how's the data secured of a consumer, and that's where we first follow the principle of trust, that all the consumers that we work with, there's a lot of fraud behavior analysis and ML activity that goes behind how this data should be surfaced to the consumer. Who can actually use these points? How can they use these points, etc. We are already deeply integrated with all the banking partners, so there's a compliance regulatory environment that has been already taken care of. We are an ISO certified company, PCI is DSS certified, but the consumers are not aware of all these certifications, right? At the day end, what matters is that, am I able to get the right information right at my favorite merchants? And am I able to get the benefit out of that? If I am able to get it, then I'll be keep using it, right? So that's the consumer general behavior. And that's what we have been primarily focused on. Now, when we are building this trust, there are three things that naturally comes into picture, is how you are personalizing the behavior of the partners. There are three pillars of personalization that we look at. Number one is how these dynamic offers that are getting created for the consumers to get the best benefits comes and surface to them to make use of them. The second is the pay mode recommendation, that what's the best card for me to use on a particular mode of payment. Nobody understands that which card should I carry. I mean, there are 5 cards that you have, on which merchant, which one you should pay with, what's the best benefit you will get. This completely blank, right? So that's the second one that we solve for. And the third one is the personalized loyalty milestone. So as you go along, how can you curate such examples where you are able to get best benefits out of that? One of the classic examples recently came out is HDFC Pixel card, wherein a consumer is able to choose which merchants that they want to transact, what benefits that they want to get. But those are again very handful of that. We are a network, so it's very, very large collection of stuff. Now, when we talk about dynamic offers, the way it works is when you are absolutely about to land to a merchant, we get all the pings of the consumers in an encrypted manner that this consumer is on our platform, and the person is trying to make this much of payment. Does this person carry any rewards? This is the time with our deep integrations with banking partners, we understand using your mobile number as a unique identifier, whether you have got access to any rewards or not. If yes, with again the API's flow, this information gets flown in real time to all the merchants, and this gets surfaced. That's the probably prime reason some of the users who have got rewards are able to see their rewards on the checkouts, but some of you have not been able to see it because of the behavior of the way the data needs to surface, and which user should be able to eligible to use their points on a particular checkout is completely taken care by the platform. That's one of the things that we solve for. The second one is on the pay mode recommendation, as I was about to tell you, that many a time what happens is that you are about to abandon a cart, that you think that the price is not compelling, the products are not great, and I don't have the particular card that I want to use it, etc., etc. And this is exactly where TWID literally brings your card, which is the best card, right on the surface of the pre-checkout pages to tell you that here is the best card that you should use on this transaction to get the best benefit out of this. This whole stuff is actually happening through the AI and ML models that resides in between. The last part is on the milestone basis. We understand that you are making some transactions, but you are not making use of the same particular mode of payments in other merchants, and you know how you can literally use it. One of the examples could be, I have been using a particular card on grocery transactions every month, and probably I do 3 transactions on that card. But when it comes to the 4th transaction, the bank has already capped your rewards, that you will not get more rewards on this particular card, on this merchant, etc., etc. That's the time we actually let you know that forget this card, you want to shop at the same merchant's grocery, take this card, use it, make sure that you still get the benefit out of that, right? So these are some sort of a milestones also. We understand your payment journeys, and we will recommend you the right behavior of what you should use at those merchants to get the best benefit out of that. Now, those were about the consumers. We are also taking larger bets considering we are a network. So the 2 core pillars of our business are merchants, where you go and make payments, and the issuers, which points you typically use at all these merchants' checkouts. Now, the behavior that we solve for these players is multifolds. As I was telling you about banking, the problem why they were not allowing you to use your points is because every partner thinks points is a cost. The time you go and use your points, they have to literally pay for it. So they will always keep it hidden. You will keep a lot of earnings. So you will keep earning points, but the burning is very, very limited. Now, with that as a behavior, when the cost becomes a very, very core problem statement for these, The second problem statement comes from banking and non-banking partners is how should I drive more spends? Because spends are going to give them more revenue, it's going to give them more revolver income, interest charges, etc., that we typically pay. Now, the spends are very, very important. So these two parts on the banking and non-banking issuers is reducing cost and increasing spends was the core problem statements that we came across with. From a merchant perspective, we came across with 3 problem statements. One of them I highlighted earlier was the first one was the conversion funnel, that how many people coming in and how many people are buying. I want to increase my conversions and I want to get more sales out of my business. The second one was increasing their average order values. How can we increase the spends per customer onto their platform so that the customer is spending more and the merchant is making more money out of that. The third problem statement that we came from these merchants was we are spending a lot of money on our marketing activities. When you go to Swiggy, you are trying to order food, you get Swiggy 30. And the 30 rupees that you actually burn comes from the pocket of Swiggy, which is making Swiggy bleed. And if these things keeps happening, the merchant won't be able to scale that much. And that's where Twit came into picture and brought all these things together to make sure that everyone benefits out of this, primarily the consumers. The consumers are able to use their rewards, and when the consumer is going to the merchant is literally able to find out what cohort of customers should I be targeting, which customer should I give more discounts, lesser discounts, how can these issuer points be used as multifold discounts to the consumers regularly is what the merchants and the banking partners have been solving for, we have been solving for. The next big problem that also came from an AI and ML perspective from these issuers was churn of the consumer. There were a lot of people who were coming and they stopped using their cards. So you would have got a new card, so you stop using one of the cards of the bank. Now, since we are right at the moment of truth, which is checkouts of these merchants, we understand your behavior, we understand the issuer behavior, and when your points are getting expired, which we literally was not aware of, and they were about to be, of no use to you, we surface those points back onto the merchant to you so that the consumer benefits and you are able to use that bank's card, so the bank's another transaction happens and the merchant is able to convert that consumer, right? So these are some of the behaviors that we have been driving for all these 3 partners. Now, where is Twit taking loyalties towards? See, by the way, as a network, rewards is just one of the things that we are solving for. There will be multiple other initiatives that we have, but to begin with, the very first part that we are solving this year is to have your hyper-personalized experience, which means that if I am on a particular merchant and I don't know which instrument should I use and how much money should I save, what product should I buy, we are going very deep with our merchant partners, wherein when you actually start the journey of yours, let's say you go to Myntra, you are trying to buy something for fashion, we will tell you that this product that you're buying, which is aspirational, you can actually buy at a cheaper price. So we go on the PDP, which is the product listing page of the merchants, letting consumers know what's the best rewards that you can apply so that you can buy more and you can afford a better product as compared to what you wanted to buy. So that's on the personalization front that we are looking at. There are also some real-time purchase predictions that we are doing because we understand your behavior right from issuer part of it, merchants and yourself. We also make a prediction that what your next purchase could be. So are you a very regular and frequent purchaser at fashion or a grocery? Or you pay your bills on Jio and Vodafone at what frequency? Now, if you do that, how can we best utilize your points to get you the best savings applicable so that the consumers are able to manage their funds really, really well? And those are some things that we have already started working on. Going forward, what we also see is that a cross-brand kind of reward ecosystem can be a much beneficial, and here probably a technology like blockchain solves for it. Now, when we talk about blockchain, a beautiful technology wherein I can identify you as a customer and as a token, and wherever you are going, I understand your behavior so that we can give you the best experience possible. very simple example about that. I am actually a consumer who's on IGP, which is a India gifting portal, which is into personalized gifting. And at the same time, I am also a Manyavar customer, wherein Manyavar is into festival clothing. Two distinct and mutually exclusive use cases. But as a consumer, your behavior could be between October and December on when you want these personal gifting to be done, and you also want the festival clothing to be done or to buy, right? If I can actually combine these as a journey for you by using data, it can help consumers make better decisions. And that's where we are moving towards. That's one of the goals. The second one is omni-channel. So you are going online, but the online players are also offline, and your behavior is omnipresent. You are also eating out, you are buying products online, you are having a coffee at a coffee shop. Now, if we understand that behavior and if we can somehow make sure that your spends that you do are more rewarding in nature, then that's the focus area for the company that we are going after. The last part, which we also believe would be futuristic for us, we are keeping a target of 2026 as what we want to build, is on social sharing. Now, when a consumer is so active on social, we also understand that your behavior of interacting with various people of your community, there are ways you guys can not only exchange information, but you can also exchange your rewards. For example, I have got 5,000 points. You are less of 500 points to buy something. Can I actually lend you those points, and you can buy and whatever products that you have? So that's kind of exchanging between, P2P exchange of points is what we are looking at. Also looking at some sort of a neural behavior going forward as AI progresses and we live in a world of virtual stuff, wherein I'm trying to figure out that I'm trying to buy some shopping, and all of a sudden I see that my glucose or my sugar level has gone down. Automatically, can the platform trigger that here is the stores that you can actually order your medicines quickly, and you can actually reward your shopper, your merchants accordingly, wherein this cross collaborations can happen. So some of the very advanced stages stuff which we will be working on, and these are some of the things that we have. What we believe very specifically, that spends do not drive rewards. We believe rewards drive spends. Thank you so much.